Start over here then. Hello everybody. Hello internet. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Velvet Rose. I'm the Galaxy Fox Vtuber and we are here playing more Ace Attorney because we didn't get to do that last week. So yeah, we have Val, also known as Tifa Aya, on the, how do you say your username?
Okay, it's stupid, and I made this when I was like 13, so it's, well, no, wait, when did Final Fantasy VII come out? I think I was like 15 or 16. Hell if I know.
It came out in 97.
Okay, and that requires math that I don't want to do. It's
Fair.
Tifa IA.
Okay, I will keep that
That's
in
why I
mind.
capitalized the I and the A.
I'll keep that in mind next time. Anyway,
Just call me Tifa, it's fine.
we're here with Tifa. She's here to bug me while I do Ace Attorney things and
While you do Feeny.
yeah, while I do Feeny. Yeah, no. We're not talking about that. Anyway, okay. Oh my god.
We know the real husbando is Edgeworth.
No, we don't. Apparently I've adopted Edgeworth. He is now my son, apparently. We're not making that weird, okay?
It's already weird enough. It's fine.
It's weird enough. We're fine here.
Anyway.
It's fine. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather...
Putting it lovely, you know.
Huh?
It's putting it very nicely.
That's putting it nicely, yeah. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. Eh? The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, she's fully willing to walk to the guillotine, and quite honestly, this is terrifying to me. My first trial without a Fae helping me. We're fucked!
You are boned.
We are boned 5 different ways. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. No, I won't. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Will you? Will you really? Not Velvet being absolutely concerned for life choices and, you know, all the other things. Not at all.
Don't worry about it. She's fine. She helps you investigate and stuff.
Yeah, someone had to take Maya's place while we were doing this shenanigan. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth.
I love Edgeworth.
I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. You would be wrong, Edgeworth. You would be absolutely wrong, but we'll try just for you.
Edgeworth is the best worth.
Edgeworth is the best worth? That's almost as bad as Essie Bessie. Oh, man. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. I'm fairly certain the judge is actually the one who, you know, has the hand on this judgment, but okay, Edgeworth.
Right.
Oh, man. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. Even though I didn't do it. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Uh-huh, Edgeworth. And how do you know about this professional witness?
Explained at one point. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you, but you will find out why.
Tell me why.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. I refuse. I refuse. I'm not saying it. I do not want clips of me saying this statement.
That's okay. You know what? Again, it will be clear later on.
Well, when it's cleared up, we might change our mind, but I highly doubt it. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the... Wait, how did I do her?
Oh, crap, I don't remember.
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Pretty close.
Okay, we'll follow it and see if I pick back up. Ho ho, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing that down. Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Wow, that came out. Okay, you know what? No, I'm not drawing attention to it. It's fine. Thanks.
Roll with it.
Yep. Will the witness state her name and profession, please?
Fiesta bowl.
Hi, hero. Welcome in. And you, sir, did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty, it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Someone has too much boba in his life, and I can't believe I just said that with any number of MCs in my current chat. It's fine. Someone has too much boba in his life. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name. Profession. Now. Anyway, okay. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well. Witness, please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up! Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Oh my god. I hate life choices. Why am I here? Why is this my life now?
You signed up for it.
I know. This is your fault, by the way.
Yay!
Huh? What?
I'm an enabler.
You are an enabler. This is absolutely your fault. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police.
Ah!
She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective? Aha! I know who you are. Oh my god. I still refuse. I refuse to say it. I refuse. You can't make me. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A lot, or A block in the car's trunk.
Innocent Mogwai face.
The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. $30.
Say IT.
Say it. God damn it. All right. The next is, I'm assuming it's going to come up again, yes?
I believe so.
Okay. I will say it the next time it comes up in the dialogue. All right? Is that
We'll
satisfactory?
swear not to clip it.
No.
And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plan. Why didn't I have this, like, yesterday? Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle. I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Fuck you too, sir! Wait, are they talking about me?
Yeah.
Goddamn assholes.
I'm in danger.
Alright, so I have to find a contradiction in all that bullshit. Okay then.
She was a very well-known detective known for getting people to cough up their
Confessions?
confessions.
I see. That, I mean, that does explain a lot. I still don't want to say it. I mean, I'm going to when it comes up, but I don't want to. Alright, let's, I guess, slap this button. Wait. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. Like, totally. It's a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Thank you.
Tis but a scratch.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Alright, cross-examine. Slap the button on everything. Alright, well... This boyfriend, he's the detective. Not that boyfriend. The security guard. That boyfriend? You have several. Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. Yep, I hate her.
Slut.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self. The judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Alright, so we're just slapping all of the buttons. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's. Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Poor Edgy.
Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you were sure it was the defendant. I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. She just threatened me!
Think you've got this.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. Could you cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Oh, well shit, where did this come from? A photograph. You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap. I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. Oh, so she's on no one's team but herself.
Yep.
Shit. So she's even more crazy than the staged witnesses. My boyfriend works in the photography division of the Criminal Affairs Department. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Wait. She literally has no blood on her except that coat.
Except for the coat.
Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Yes, that's helpful. Thank you, Emma. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Alright, that's it. Or not. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Skye stab the victim with the knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. You know, Leithgar would probably like salmon swirl. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph! This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Skye not holding a knife? And everyone's just like, About that.
About that.
About that.
About that.
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts. Objection. Wow, that is the calmest objection I've seen in this game ever.
It's a very thoughtful objection.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. See? I'm not the only one who thinks so!
Even Phoenix is like, yeah, put more oomph into it.
Gotta put more oomph into it. Our child is so cute. He's something else, Sylvan. Absolutely something else. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Bullshit! And how can you tell that? Blood spatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's
We're
a black...
assuming they're crimson, it's black and white.
It's black and white photograph!
But it does look bloody.
Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Could be blood. Why do I have the horrible feeling that literally that's soy sauce?
Where would you get an idea like that?
Right?
I appreciate your model just looking like, oh, I'm so tired of you already.
I am. I absolutely am. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem. Except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? I kind of have to. It's literally my role here. You got a better idea?
I'm Protag Coon.
I'm Protag Coon. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. Ay-ya! That's it. If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Ugh. You're not choosing 'cause duck knife? Uh-huh. You're just a goat? I love you too, Sylvan. Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. A serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. Yes, alright. Gib. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves?
Rubber driving gloves?
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. She wouldn't have had the knife if she didn't have Edgeworth's car. Oh. God damn it. God damn it. Alright. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? Oh god. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? Oh my god, who has a kid in this courtroom? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. I mean, that's a valid statement, actually.
Yep. Statement is true. Correct.
Ah! Yeah, I don't know how to make her scream yet. Order. Order. Order! Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor. Until right about, now when Edgeworth says something. When Edgeworth says something. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. And there it is. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. God damn it, Edgeworth.
I hope he's getting hungry.
What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. He knows Phoenix way too well to be able to predict his thoughts like this. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Oh, no. Okay, she's flipped. Okay, this is going to be pleasant for me. Okay. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again, and there's my contradiction. Well, they gave me that one. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Yeah, you know what? Let's just get this one out of the way because they flat out fucking gave it to me. Like, I'll come back to the whole calling the victim thing in a minute. I will get right back to that. But no, they gave me this one. Alright, no, I've got one knife wound. Literally, in the autopsy report.
I'm applauding even if you can't hear it.
I sense your shenaniganry. I can't hear it, but I sense it.
I'm applauding because you are correct.
Yeah, I know. This one's too easy. Like, I'll circle back around to the whole calling the victim, I'm sure. Like, that's going to come up again. But this one's just, it's obvious. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise? What the fuck? I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha, you're on your side.
Yeah, when he wants to be. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Poor
No one
Phoenix.
cared.
Poor Phoenix. Well, witness. You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one would ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So you're saying you mistook something for blood. When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That is why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
Testify.
There's a musical song about testify. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for the... Oh, Edgeworth, shots fired! The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
See, it's funny when Edgeworth helps you gang up on them.
You know what? I am kind of enjoying this change of pace with Edgeworth. Like,
He does want to find the truth. It's very cute.
He's finally signed on to let's find the truth versus let's just throw everyone in jail and let them sort it out. I'm pleased with this change.
Goodness.
Oh my god. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh?
Just look at it.
I mean, obviously, but that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good words. And the judge is on board because it was Edgeworth. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver?
Yes.
Second time your objection is overlooked.
Yeah, the second time in a row even.
Yep.
But it was there. A scarf, or no, not that, but something red. Truly, really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well. Witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim? This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect. Alright, so this is a fully new testimony.
Brand new testimony.
Alright. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. What are you, the Borg Queen? Fuck you! You are quite
I just love this idea that she, in the process of getting arrested, she's like, but my muffler!
But my scarf! Oh, shit. You are quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. I'm good. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Everybody is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Oh my god, I hate myself. Shut up. Shut up.
You did a good job.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Alright, well, this one's not immediately obvious. We're gonna poke the buttons. Alright, let's poke the buttons. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. But you were on the other side of the divider. How did you get over there? Maybe I should press her for more details? Fuck yeah, press her!
For all the details!
I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. Oh wait, that's Edgeworth. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course.
That donation for the kids was worth it.
Thank you for your donation, Tam. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? Yeah. Oh, wait. I already read the testimony. That's fine. I don't have to do it again. But... I mean, that technically she just contradicted herself. Because, again, she would take time to get over that fence. Alright, anyway, I'll come back to that in a minute. Let's poke the buttons. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? I wish to know. If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky bitch. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean. Wait. No, that's not right. Ooh!
Poke the thing!
Poke the thing! By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory? It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order, and so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing. Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. I saw it all, how she tried to use the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead. How did you see all of that when you were climbing the fence? This testimony makes less and less sense the longer I go.
That's kind of the point, though. The more that they go on, the more holes there are in their testimony.
This is ridiculous. Aha, I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her own cell phone. How did you see any of that? And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? She made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pâté of foie gras. Huh?
That sounds deliciously
She
bad.
even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum. There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So Miss Sky tried to run. I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. She couldn't have seen it. Because if she was over here, and I realized suddenly that you guys can't see my cursor. If she was over in the B parking lot, unless she was like all the way at the bottom, and even then she wouldn't have been able to see it straight with cars in the way. There is no way if she was in the B parking lot, she could have seen this telephone with that partition in the way. There's absolutely no way.
Search your feelings. You know them to be true.
I mean, okay. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. Quite the conundrum. I mean, yeah. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well,
That's bullshit.
Yeah, right? Well, who would have thought you'd be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed this crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I'm I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Fine. Wait, I mean, no. Order. Order. What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not giving up lunch. She's giving up lies. I refuse. You can't make me anymore. Ugh. That's quite a claim.
I'm gonna bypass it as much as possible now.
Yep. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie the witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... Miss Skye tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie? I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Skye using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard from now points in one direction. She was in the security room. Duh.
Time to move that cursor.
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security guard room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. I mean, granted, like, the angles for that are still really fucking bad. She would have had to press her nose damn near against the glass. But that's not the point I get to make right now. So, she would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. Yes, she would have, which is... Guys, why do I have to rehash my points all the time? But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, could not park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Starr. Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty. Is she talking about Miss Skye? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. Except she can't say that. It wouldn't change anything. It changes everything. Edgeworth, the fact that Edgeworth hasn't caught on disturbs me. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Me? Ask her. It's her crime now. else. Yeah,
Maybe
thanks.
the judge is not paid enough to care.
Obviously not. Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. I already know the answer to this. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Except she couldn't! Literally, she couldn't!
Are you thinking because the partition is too high?
I'm thinking because the partition blocks the entire line of sight. It's
It doesn't.
6 foot
It's not
tall.
up.
Oh, it's 6 foot tall. It doesn't go to the second floor.
It doesn't go to the second floor, so
Fuck.
and where that security office is, it really can see everything in that parking lot.
All right, valid point. I forgot it was on the second floor. Because on the photo, it looks like it's on the first.
It looks like it's on the first floor. Yeah, it's a little awkward.
All right, fine.
Sorry.
Must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? All right, so we know it's not that one.
Mm-hmm.
We know the distance would be wrong now. I don't know what the lighting fucking matters.
Why would the distance be wrong?
Because she said she was 30 feet away, and literally being on the second floor changes distances. This is absolute bullshit.
So, I think they're going to explain why the distance is important.
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is that the time that it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the main part. That's more important than the angle that she was viewing at. It's the distance that it would take her to actually reach the crime scene.
Oh, so, you know, the picture being backwards isn't enough to prove her testimony wrong. The fact that it took her too long to get there is enough to prove the testimony wrong. This is bullshit.
You just keep going. It unravels a bit more. You will be vindicated.
Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness? Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. I still have an angry face on? I wonder why. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. There is no fucking way! That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour.
It's a hell of a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes!
While looking fabulous.
Yeah, okay. Sure. We'll say that. Sure. This changes things considerably, but it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. Which is from the wrong angle! Which is from Which is from the wrong angle, and the timing's wrong now. No, if it took her 5 fucking minutes and she saw it happen, the timing's wrong.
Keep going. You're gonna get vindicated.
I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. Really? We're swearing on sporks now? You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful and... God damn it, Judge. Wonderful invention, yeah, sure.
It's a spoon and a fork. Wow.
Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Isn't this considered bribery? No, seriously, isn't this considered bribery of a public official? Fairly certain.
Yeah, technically.
Fairly certain that's also illegal.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's about as fine as perjury is. Apparently.
It's fine.
Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? I assume I do, because I can't exactly stop now. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest? Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. I was about to say, that would be some really al dente pasta.
Actually, that's about the right amount of time for udon noodles.
I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Oh, look! Light bulbs! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. And yes, that word means what I think it means.
It is. It's inconceivable.
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. Yeah, we have, because that picture's still fucking wrong. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Ugh. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright! That's one way to put it, I guess. That was too close. I'm afraid that the... Nope. I refuse. You can't make me. I'm afraid that this woman has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Who the... Bitch! You thought!
I'm not done yet.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! God damn it, Judge.
If only all judges were this easy to bribe.
No fucking shit. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more test. God damn it! Miss Starr, bribery is an offense. Yes! Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Delana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Bitch, you thought!
She took evidence from the crime scene.
There was blood found on that shoe, which she took from the crime scene! Yes! Thank you! Also illegal! Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Dumbasses.
Bitch! I need this woman to die. I need this woman to die and get out of my courtroom.
Well.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. 3?
3. Damn.
How many boyfriends are you cheating on?
She has a lot of boyfriends.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. I can't either! What? You must know the two rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. Bitch, you thought, because you're not anymore. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Yep, okay, nope, start stabbing. 2 rights make a wrong.
Nice.
No, no, no. I need my minions to start stabbing this woman. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen all of a sudden. You could at least study some evidence law, really.
Geez, Tal.
Damn, Tal. Someone's trying to get
fighting words.
Someone's trying to get back in my good graces. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. No fucking shit! Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Technically, you're guilty of several different crimes right now. Yeah, of course we're adding this to the court record. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Why? Define crime. Perjury. Bribery. The withholding of evidence. Take your pick. The stab of 1,000 cups and then dip into salt for funsies. Thank you, Alti. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Ew. Might be cooking too much on that one. Shut up, Ace. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? I mean, of course there's a problem. I just don't know what it is. I've taken enough damage today. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. Oh, is there? Because I don't fucking know what it is. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Okay, yeah, it probably isn't doing that because you're presenting it as evidence and you're not just searching it.
I should have been allowed to search it first.
Poke and pray.
Right? Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. And she's threatening me again! Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? The problem lies in the footprint. Okay. You honestly don't remember? I mean, that's fair. How odd. Yeah, she's not bleeding, and there's not enough blood in that
there's
photo.
no bloody footprints on the floor.
The footprints? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. Edgeworth, go with this. Come on. This picture shows part of the floor. There could have been bloody footprints. Except there aren't because we both looked at the crime scene!
There ain't no bloody footprints, sir.
Unless someone cleaned it up, in which case we need to be asking who the hell's cleaning up a crime scene. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. I'm assuming you hit that button. Thank you. Order. 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 What?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. Well, witness... What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Wow, Emma actually coming in clutch. Oh shit, this is about to shift the blame back to Edgeworth, isn't it? This is about to shift the blame back to Edgeworth. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Hold it.
He's not wrong.
I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. I'm not roaring again. I thought that...
Pause.
Yep. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? At this point, Velvet's just done.
You're almost done with this one. You're almost done.
The oil drum, kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water. Water does not completely wash away blood. I don't care how much of it there was. She would have needed a fucking power washer to clean that floor the way it is. Yes, love on the mods. Appreciate the mods. They work hard. What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha, you don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason, and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Edgeworth, you are so pretty, but you are such a dumbass. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Skye's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to God damn it. Did I just get another guilty?
No, you're still good. You're still good.
Mr. Wright, do something, please? What? What can I do? At this point, what the fuck do you want from me? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Alright, well, I have neither Faye sister here, so where the fuck is this Deus Ex Machina save gonna come from?
Hang on. Keep going.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. Little girl. What did you just... Oh my god, we just flipped her switch. Did we serious? Did she serious? I hate it here, Val! I can't
You're almost done!
Anymore.
Just a little bit further.
And me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait. Witness, don't tell me you have something else. Her hair flip is so great. Yeah, that's how I know when to switch voices. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare... I'm not doing it. Your threats don't scare me. Look at this. A photograph. Another photograph. The fuck? When the...
Keep going.
When the fuck did she have time to take this photo?
Keep going.
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in that photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. But... Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. In other news, water is wet. Yes, thank you, Val.
You're welcome.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway! Wait. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel.
Ew.
The fuck? Am I actually just being haunted now?
Probably.
Like, am I just being haunted by Ace's Oshi now?
Probably.
Because that's what this feels like. I'm being haunted by my dead Oshi.
The court's haunted. The courtroom is haunted now. Everybody go home. Courtroom's haunted.
Yeah, basically. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. No!
Nope, not done yet.
Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore?
No.
No! Oh my god. Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right? Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I could go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Yes, because we've given every other claim not only the fair shake, but also the unfair shakes. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
Take another look at this photograph.
Right? Wait. the fuck is
tiny
this?
ass trunk.
That is a tiny ass trunk. But for fancy sports cars like what they claim Edgeworth has, that's valid. But what the fuck is this? Yeah, right? What's wrong? Damn you, Tam. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or a scarf of any kind in this photograph. That's literally what's in the muffler. A muffler is also a part of a car on a car or a motorcycle, Your Honor. How does the judge not know this?
Assumption is because this game is based in Japan and driving is still kind of not the norm. They actually have good public transit. It's possible that he may not know.
Okay.
Ignore the fact that this was localized.
Okay. These newfangled contraptions make my head hurt. I mean, yeah, that's true. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this was important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
This one's a little like, you have to really stretch your brain on it and go, oh, they had that conversation.
I mean, they did have that conversation, but at the same time, I don't see what it has to do with anything yet.
You just gotta keep reading.
And that's fair. That's totally fair. But at the same time, you are also an hour and 15 minutes
Yeah,
late
I should
going to
already be in bed, people.
Why didn't you say something? I would have stopped.
No, you're fine. Keep going.
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Where is it? Because it's not still in the car. Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed. I
GG,
suppose
Judge.
so. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. Now the judge cares. Now the judge cares. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry? Wait, why are we adjourning for a 30-minute recess?
To be continued. Yay!
All right.